Hello and welcome to a brand new series in Elder Kings. We are going to be playing as one of the Altmer this time, one of the High Elves. Starting small, we're starting right down here in Rosefield as a single count, but we have lofty ambitions. First of all, we're going to become the High King. Then we're going to be creating an empire. And well, that's our goals long term, but in the short term, we're just a normal elf. We have no family, we have no ties, this is just us. We're just Galil? I don't entirely know how you pronounce this elf name, but whatever. And then Athlarine, or something like that. Anyway, we're an elf. That's all you need to know. And we're actually a very, very young elf. We're 25 years old. And to put that into context, well, our liege is 164 years old. So right there's like another 60 years, probably another 100 years of being realistic on a human lifespan. And then if we go another one up, we get our High King, who's 286 years old. That's another 200 years, 220, whatever. And he's probably not going to die for some time. So it's going to change up how the game's played quite a lot, playing an elf, because we're probably going to be playing this character for, well, let's say at least 150 years. That changes so much of how things are done. We're not necessarily going to have a legacy that we need to pass on. We're not necessarily going to have any ability to wait on our liege dying or on another character dying, which is stuff that we would just expect normally. We're going to have to work around these mechanics and see what we can do, but it also gives us a lot of time to know our character, to be involved in guilds and all that sort of stuff. So, first things first, let's look at our traits. So we're a Master Mage, very good at magic. Be very interesting to see what we can do with it. Right now, our magic, basically we have this Magicka thing down here, and then we can store a bunch of it based on our learning. Right now we have nothing stored, so can't do any magic, but hopefully we'll get to do some of that later on. We are also pure. So, we are a pure-blooded Altmer. Our parents were Altmer, their parents were Altmer, we're Altmer all the way down. We're definitely 100% pure. And I don't know if we're going to keep it that way. I guess we might. I don't know. Haven't really decided yet, but right now, that's all. That's fantastic. Same trait opinion bonus up. If somebody is not pure, then they do not like us because we're all high and mighty and all like, oh, look how fantastic we are. So, we're also quick. Know all about that from the base game. Interesting, it says +0 personal combat skill. I assume at some point it gave you some and they decided against that. Hardy, so hardy means we have more health. Now I don't know what that means for an elf, basically. I assume +2 health isn't a lot for an elf in terms of the base stats in the backgrounds, but you know, that's alright. We're also attractive, and if we had any vassals, they would like us. We're born under the mage birth sign. I mean, that's fantastic. We're a master mage born under the mage birth sign. So we got extra learning from that. We're also a young Altmer. So this is basically a trait which all Altmer have, which changes as they grow older. So right now we have +1 health. Our fertility is a lot lower because we're younger. Interesting. Now I wonder if it's that low because we're younger, or whether that's kind of like high for an elf. I'm not entirely sure. If you know what I'm meaning, like if we get into kind of like an older elf, whether that be negative 100% fertility or something like that. And it gives us more learning as well, but we're not so good at fighting just yet. We're an adventurer. So, what this means is we set off, we love nothing more than packing a bag, setting off to destinations unknown, seeking out rare artifacts, dusty tombs, fighting marauding monsters, and otherwise engaging in the life of an adventurer. So, basically, we like to go on adventures. We're the main character of a game, basically. We are also reckless. So it actually pushes our martial up a little bit and makes some other stats not quite as high. So basically, we'll rush into things. We're okay in a fight, but, you know, we lose out on other things because of that. Cynical, yeah, kind of base game stuff. Ambitious, so we want to expand, and we're absent-minded. Which, you know, what's ambition opinion? Interesting. I wonder if that means ambitious people like us because they can take advantage of us or something? I'm not entirely sure what that means. Anyway, that's fine. That's us. That's who we are. We're a pure-blooded, slightly reckless, young Altmer. I do want to have a look. What does an older Altmer trait look like? So it's negative 25% fertility. So the older they get, the more fertility an elf gets. So if I go to this one, old, no, he has negative 10,000. Okay, so aging, that's where they'll have the most children. Okay, I wonder what age that kicks in at. Anyway, first things first, I think we need to find a wife, we need an ambition, and we need a focus. So, do we get a wife here? We do not. Can we marry? Yeah, we can marry. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's take groom and heir as our ambition if we don't have get married as an ambition. That's fine. Right. And then choose a focus. Well, given that we're all about a mage and we're playing a little bit slower, I think maybe scholarship here. So, unlocks build an observatory decision, the starting point for your studies, which will ultimately allow study of Mundus as well as of Oblivion and the Daedric Princes. Well, that sounds like a good way to start. What else have we got? We have a council all set up. They don't really like me. Why not? Because I've not been ruling for very long. And you'll notice that the short reign penalty is negative as 36. And I believe that goes down by 1 per year. At least I think that's how it is in the base game. So that's much, much higher than it is in the base game, which is interesting. So obviously elves expect you to be in charge for a lot longer. What we got in here? Improve magical relations. I don't know what that will do. It does say improves relations with like magical people. We can hunt apostates, base game stuff, try and convert or research cultural tech. I think we'll get them to research cultural tech for just now in our capital. We do hold 2 provinces. We also hold Visilon here, but we don't need to do much with it. Is it still the same to build a holding? Yeah, it's the same amount as normal, so that's interesting. We might want to get building here. We do probably want to train troops because we don't have a lot. Rosefield has a little bit more troops than our other ones, so we'll get our guy to go and train troops there. Our steward, we're going to collect taxes so we can make a little bit more money. Going to scheme so we can find out if anyone's plotting against us. And we're going to improve relations probably with our liege. Where is our liege's land? So, it is down here. So right at the bottom of Sunhold, that's where our liege is. So if I do that, that's our liege's land in there, Sunhold. So, let's improve relations down there. Right, so to get our liege to like us a little bit more. Alright, next thing is I want to just have a look at the technology thing. You'll see there's so many technology things that we can level up, but we're right at the start. We're playing on the earliest bookmark, the Interregnum. I don't know if that's going to massively affect how things play out. It didn't look like it, but I just went for it because we've got a nice strong Alinor, and it gives us a chance to basically plot a little bit and have a little bit of time to do some intriguey stuff. Our current heir is our liege because we have no heir, so that's one of the main things we'll need to do. If we die now, the game is over, which is a little bit unfortunate. We don't really have that many laws that we can do. We can either allow slavery or not allow slavery, and that's pretty much our main law that we have access to right now. We can also do some ones where we change like how much we can get from vassals. Nothing too crazy. Currently, it looks like the council is allowed to vote on everything we do, so we're kind of restricted in power from the council, but that's okay. Intriguey stuff. So we can build observatories, that's fine. So, but new things. We can visit the marketplace. So if we have a lot of money, we can go and buy items. Or title decisions. So, if I open this up, so each of these opens up a sub-menu. We can do different things. So we can form a confederacy. Okay, giving it greater autonomy to lower lords. Okay, interesting. Relinquish our throne or compose a book. Okay, that's fine. But some of these, like some of the decisions you see from the base game, they put under these little bits here. If we open our spell book here, we'll see all the sorts of things that we can do. We can do a lot of healing, summon Daedra, ghost fleets. I guess that's just some galleys will appear. Yeah, I mean, summon a physician from the beyond. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we can do. We need a lot of magicka to do a lot of it, but that's okay. We can get familiars and things to follow us around. It's alright. If I close that one here, fine. Borrow from moneylenders. We can also set things to be ignored in this mod. Make offerings to shrines. I assume that will get us some piety. Is it still called piety? It's called favor. Okay, in this mod. Select our patron deity, all that sort of stuff. We're going to ignore most of that for just now. We might build an observatory. It's quite cheap. Right. We need a designated proxy ruler. So I believe that's a designated regent is what it says. usually. In fact, it says it there. Don't know why it says Proxy Ruler up here, but okay, it's fine. Well, given that we have no family members, we should probably wait till we get married and have our wife be our regent. Court physician, well, it can probably be this guy. He seems fairly competent, I'd say. Okay, and we can build an observatory. Right. Now, what they have done since last time I played the mod is they've moved these guilds all into the Societies tab, which is fantastic, exactly what I wanted them to do. And that means that we can now join a society. I think we're going to join the Mages Guild. Because, well, we're a Master Mage, it seems like the perfect place to be for us. So yeah, just join the guild. Let's see what we needed to have. Does not have the character modifier guild pension. That's kind of weird. I guess if you leave a guild, they'll pay you, or like once you've done your time at a guild, they'll pay you money or something. Weird. Or maybe once you get old enough, you have to leave. You're not really able to do the job anymore, but they'll still pay you some money. Maybe in the Fighters Guild that's more common. Anyway. So we have to have learning equal or greater to 10. That's fine. We have to be part of the Tamriel region or part of the other region. Weird that it has both of them. I guess there might be a third region as well. Okay. It's fine. Must not have the trait slowed. I don't have a clue what that is. One of these must be true. Is undead. Wait, why is that ticked for us? We're not undead. Unless I've done something crazily wrong. Weird. Anyway, I'm going to click it. It's alright. Greetings, Baron Galil. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the Mages Guild. We seek to unravel the mysteries of the arcane and also serve those who have need of our special talents and abilities. Remember that knowledge is meant to be shared for the benefit of all, but remember to be cautious concerning what knowledge you delve into. Signed, Archmage Shalador. So, first level, we're an Apprentice Mage, and we can study a specialization, and we can accept quests and things. Okay, what do we get at each rank? It just seems like we get more prestige at each rank. We don't really get anything else. Okay, that's fine. Right, so, if I have a look in here, do we have anything? Do I have to right-click on myself? Wonder how we choose a specialization. It's kind of popped up like we can, but like a power? Does that mean it's in our spell book? It's not entirely clear, is it? Let's just have a look. If I open spell book, no, it doesn't say. Okay, we'll leave it alone for just now. Maybe it'll become obvious in time. It doesn't seem very obvious now. We're also going to start building an observatory. You have begun construction of an observatory. It will take some time to collect all the necessary materials and to get everything in order. Can't wait. Right, let's find ourselves a wife. So, I think we're going to search for a pure wife. So pure, they have to be a woman who's not in prison, not married. That would be awkward. Well, we don't really care if they're a ruler or not, as long as they're willing to marry us. Probably no is going to be the answer. They have to be in diplomatic range, so they have to be close enough. Probably my religion group, otherwise they'll say no. We want them to be an adult, and yeah, maybe we'll search by age. Why have they still got... They've got a young age looking thing at age 265, because it definitely looks like it's meant to be a child's face. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I think we're going to go down in age till we get to people who are roughly our age. That makes a lot of sense to me. What's that? Follower of Oriel. Okay. No idea what that means. Seems that there are a lot of followers of Oriel. We not also a follower of Oriel then? I guess not. Okay. Anyway, finding someone to marry. We're 25. Let's see if there's anybody 25 here. I'm looking for ones that don't have negative fertility traits because they already have quite a lot from young knocking it down. It's alright. Oh, what trait's that? Painter. Neat. How about we marry this scarred but agile one? Also reckless. Yeah. Miri. We will arrange a marriage. She's saying no. Would prefer matrilineal marriage. Let's turn ruler to no. I don't think that's going to change our list awfully much. How about this one? He's pure, a little bit cynical, a little bit stubborn, a little bit paranoid, a little bit greedy. She might be alright. He's also willing to join our court, which means that she's probably likely to accept a marriage. Let's have a look here. No. Okay. Well, oh wait, what was that trait? Necromancer. You want to marry? You know, just out of curiosity. Nope. Okay, well, in another way of looking at it, instead we're going to arrange a marriage. We're going to search for pure in this one, and everyone here will say yes. The closest person we got is a 10-year-old elf. I mean, actually, in elf terms, 10 and 25 are not that far out, given that if you can live hundreds and hundreds of years. Yeah, let's arrange a betrothal here. Actually, I might as well just do it from this menu. Not that it makes too much difference. Yeah, fantastic. She'll say yes. We're marrying a pure elf. That's all that really matters. Right. I guess that means we need to set up a different designated region. How about we just make it whoever our chancellor is? Assuming he's the best guy for the job. Yeah, it looks like it. Ambelicil? Okay, sure, whatever. We'll set him as our designated regent. And we're actually going to unpause the game. Look at that. And now I have the mage birth sign. The mage shall light my way onto the paths of glory. Okay, just basically saying what birth sign we have. I assume you get that when you're born usually. Like that event pops up, but because we started the game, it's just doing all of those events. Right. I've decided to institute the slavery allowed law. All that is needed is support of yourself and my other loyal vassals. Well, I mean, we are trying to make our liege like us right now. We're going to approve that. Are we allowed to raid? I didn't check that before we started. We can navigate major rivers. It doesn't look like we can raid. Okay, that's fine. Just thought I'd check. You know, oh no, there it is. Rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot. So we are able to raid. However, we have a major issue with raiding. One, we don't have any infidel neighbors, although I think people like this might count. But two, we have no boats, so we're kind of stuck on the island. In fact, this would mean this is the only person we could possibly raid out of everybody. Yeah. Well, we'll need to see whether we can or not. We have enough men? Potentially, once they're trained up, we'll have enough men. Okay. The betrothal has been accepted. We will have a wife at some point. That's good. And the slavery is allowed. Alright, well, we'll see what impact that has. Probably nothing initially. I took a good look at myself and thought about my weaknesses and strengths. After many hours of soul searching, I realized I have nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, nothing at all. Marshal Gillian told me about his ideas. I couldn't really understand what he was talking about, but he was adamant in his belief that this would improve the military. We can spend 1 gold to get military technology spread rate up and increase prosperity. Yeah, we'll spend it. That's fine. Your observatory is finally ready. It is with great anticipation that you prepare to make your first observations. Okay, so we got some learning. That's nice. That's cool. Anything else happening major in the world? Doesn't look like it. I was seeing whether anything happened at the start of the game, but it seems like everything's alright. Also, I'm not sure if I'm just remembering things wrong, but everything seems to be much more broken up than it was when I last played the game. Last time I played the game, everything was everything was very kind of blobby at the start, but it seems like elsewhere is kind of broken up. I don't know whether that was just because I'd been playing long enough that places just naturally got conquered, but it seems like everything's a little bit differently balanced. Also, the volcano looks a lot better, that mountain. Yeah. Anyway, back down to where we are. Let's continue observing through our observatory when it's there. Now, what I'm also thinking when we're playing the Altmer is that favors are actually going to become very, very useful, because instead of them just being like, you have to use it in this short time span, otherwise the character might die or whatever, we're going to have favors that just last, you know, hundreds of years, and we could potentially just start collecting if we want to. You spent many nights looking at the celestial bodies in your observatory. It is truly fascinating. There are so many questions to ask. You know what? What secrets does Oblivion hold? We'll go down a darker path, and I think here we're going to end the episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider leaving a like or subscribing or whatever you feel like doing. A comment would be nice as well, just because it helps the channel grow and it helps me feel better about how the series is going, and also helps you influence where the series is going from this point on. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.